Yo, my name is IFJAMS. Super excited that I won. Shout out to Percy Notes, a great competitor. His beat was fantastic. But yeah, I'm definitely glad I came out on top this time. It was fun. What made me get into producing for real, I was rapping in high school. That's what got me into like the digital music, like making my own music at home. But I had taken piano lessons growing up as a child, from like first grade all the way up into high school. And then at one point I was like, I'm just gonna take the music seriously. And I started to focus on producing. I felt like rapping wasn't my niche. I still do. At this point, I've gotten back into songwriting and performing on my own stuff. But it was a good little minute where I was just producing. My preferred DAW is Logic. I use Logic Pro now. It's just incredible. You know, Apple's products are just nice and clean. They're easy to use. I learned everything on Fruity Loops, and then I'll go back to Fruity Loops because some things Fruity Loops makes really easy and Logic doesn't. So sometimes I'll jump back and forth between them, but mainly Logic, because I can record everything. So my top 3 artists that have influenced me for real, I would say Tory Moore, his as far as my songwriting goes, because the way he writes his songs are very succinct and clever. He doesn't say a lot, the songs are never that many bars, many lines, but it always works really well. After that, I would say Pharrell. Pharrell's a big, he's one of my favorites growing up. That was somebody I listened to really heavy growing up. And I can feel that kind of influence of how I do drums and melodies and things like that. And then third, the Cudi, Chip the Ripper, that kind of Cleveland time. I'll just put them kind of together. It's very, it felt very familiar to my music. Not just in the sense that I've heard it before, because I was listening to that stuff a lot. That was my little thing back then. And I think that was something I didn't notice at first, but now I'm like, yeah, that was definitely a big influence on my sound. Yeah. My favorite artist from Chicago, that's tough because there's a lot of them. It's really a toss-up between King Louie and Chief Keef. I feel like they just embody everything about Chicago. Oh, but Lupe Fiasco is my favorite rapper. It's arguable, but I think he's top 1, top 2 rappers. So yeah, Lupe is one, but as far as ones that I'm listening to, I'll just put it on anytime. Keef and King Louie, they're the fucking some good. Yeah, I think I do have some good tips for some aspiring producers. Don't worry about the equipment that you have. People that are making money off of their stuff don't have much. You can do a lot of stuff with a computer and some headphones and an iPhone, and don't let that hold you back. This sounds cliche, but yeah, really be yourself, figure out what is you, and get people to like that. Branding is big, so figure out what you want to portray and portray it properly. I always think about, when I do my designs and stuff, I always think about would Apple do this? Would Nike do this? I like the clean, minimalist kind of look, so those are my inspirations for things like that. So some stuff I do outside of music, professionally I cook, I'm a chef. I cook at a restaurant called Royster, and that's just another creative passion of mine. I do all of my own design and stuff. I've talked about that before. So all the graphic design, all the artwork, all the promo stuff, it's really all coming from me. So that's a big passion of mine. I do that freelance as well. I do flyers, logos, all that stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of creative stuff going on. Just dropped Road Freestyle with my homie Jinx the Natural. That's out right now, a little single, just because it's been a little while since the album. We're still pushing the album. Wednesday midnight that dropped. We got another episode of the Jam Factory where I do a rundown of the beat, how I made it and all that stuff, and inspiration behind it. First episode is out now as well. Working on a couple things besides that. I got an idea for a little project, so probably in the fall time. I like the fall time to drop stuff. It's always fun. maybe like Halloween, Thanksgiving time. Yeah. You can follow me on IFJAMS on everything at IFJAMS, IFJAMS, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Apple Music, Spotify, all that stuff, Amazon Music, YouTube, everything at IFJAMS. Thanks to Storyline Studios. It was great.